This is Danny with QuadLugs, and this is the build tips for the skimmer. First of all, you'll notice there's a, well, first of all the QuadLugs build the same. So the first thing, I guess, is the quick build guide 1 through 10. If you can go through that, it's going to give you all the details on putting the QuadLugs together. There are some small differences, and that's what we're going to go over now between each frame, but the bulk of everything is done the same on all of them. And with the kit, first thing you'll notice, you have 4 extra motor mounts. And what we're doing with that is that we're furnishing that so you can, or we're furnishing the mounts so that you can use them for your mounting pads for your camera and your FPV equipment if you want. And that's what I've done here is what I did, you'll have to cut them, and I cut these right here, and I put one on top and one at the bottom. And what I've done, whenever you do it this way, unless you don't mind putting a screw through the top. I didn't want to do that. I wanted it clean. So what I've done, I CA'd it, and if you use thin CA and let it wick through this, or let it wick in, it's absolutely incredible how strong it is. If you do have a mishap and you tear up this wood and you have to replace the wood, you can still pull the wood out. You know, you undo these screws and the wood is going to come out. And you can dig it out of these 2 pieces here and you know, put them on another one. The other is that if you put one, as I did here, you can cut it a little bit longer and then put a screw in, and you know, then there's no glue involved. And like I was saying, if you do not want to glue these, you know, you could put a screw in from the top, but again, I just wanted it smooth. This works out real well. The footage you saw with the Mobius on here, it was just stuck right on there. I mean, it's works very well. So that's the first thing you'll notice. The battery mount, pretty simple. It's like the rest of them on the quick build guide. You know, I mounted it this way, and I put my battery this way, and you know, I put my Velcro on each side to give it some extra strength on that. The other difference is that there's no pan. The only pan you have is just here, where I'm using it for my Q brain, or you could use it for your 4 ESCs if you chose to do it that way. Of course, if you put them on the arm, if you choose to go that way, or on the body, actually, you can mount your ESCs if you wanted to. You know, then that'll free that up for something else. If you choose to widen this and you know, get more wood and make a bigger pan, I mean, that's up to you. But this is the way I did it. So with it not having a full pan, normally we would, you know, if you go through the quick build guide, the screws here, and here would lock the pan down and tie the thing together. Being that we don't have a pan, then you'll just have a screw here, and here, and you can put it either at the top or the bottom. And on this one, I chose just to put them at the bottom, and there they are right there, and that locks it, the cross reinforcement cross piece in and ties the frame together. The next difference, of course, are the landing gear, or is the landing gear. Instead of having feet, we have these pieces here and the 2 90s. And what happens when you do it that way, it's riding on these corners. So if you've been watching some of the videos, if you run it on the concrete, it's pretty cool. I mean, you can do a lot of things with it, and you know, it'd be real curious to see how this works on ice, because you could really do some neat, as I call, skimming. So, and we have a lot more coming up on that. We have some guys that's starting to do it, and they're doing some pretty neat things. I mean, they're standing there on one corner and spinning it around. It's pretty neat what you can do with these. You know, it's limited by your abilities. So it's really neat how that's turning out. These pieces here, and of course that's all furnished if you have a kit. If you're not getting the kit and just getting the lugs, you know, this is on the site, the product page. So you'll have all these lengths here, you know, if you want to furnish the wood yourself. But these are 2.5 inches long here and here, and this is 8.5 inch long, so you'll know where those pieces go. The arms, just like all the rest of them, and just like all the QuadLugs, if you want to adjust the angles here, you can. I have it in a conventional H here, but if you want to put it at different angles, you're more than welcome to try it out and, you know, see how it changes the flying characteristics of it. And just remember, you can change these in 15-degree increments. That is a real neat thing about this, and it does affect the flying. It really does. So experimented with it a little bit. I think you'll find it pretty interesting. As in the quick build guide, you know, it goes over this real well when it's this section on putting a pan and deck in. Make sure you screw this together. Go ahead and put it together, size it up good, you know, make sure it's all in together and pushed in tight. Screw it down and do this the last part. And because this piece you'll have to trim to fit. If you don't mind, don't fit this to this piece, because we give you extra so that if there are any, you know, indifferences here, you can trim it out and give you a nice tight fit or a loose fit if you choose. I mean, you'll be the one cutting it, or trimming it, so you'll do it how you want. But please take that into consideration. The other change, or difference rather, is that, you know, the pan is normally, like I was saying earlier, screwed here, here, and here, and here, and that locks it all in. This one, you know, these cross pieces are going to be screwed in at the bottom, or you can drill it through and screw them in from the top. The pan here will be screwed in here, so you'll drill a, you know, an 1/8 inch hole in each one of these and put a 1/4 inch screw here and here, and that'll hold your pan in. There's a little dimple on each one of these, and it's where the pin, as they call it, that pushes this piece out of the mold, and it makes a little indentation. It's the perfect place to center your drill up to make the hole. So that's the other part that's a little bit different. Other than that, that's about it. Everything else is pretty much the same as all the other QuadLugs, and if you'll go through the build guide and with these few little differences, you'll have a nice flying frame, a nice flying quad. It's called the Skimmer, and I'm really proud of this. It's been doing really, really well. If you have any questions at all on the build, please get with me, and you can shoot me an email, and that is on our site, the address, and you can go ahead and shoot me an email and I'll respond back to you for sure. And if it's a big enough question, or, you know, it needs to be, I'll go ahead and make a video covering that. So if you would, try it out. I think you're gonna like it. And I think I covered all the differences on this compared to the standard build. But I think you're gonna like it. That's Danny, QuadLugs. Thanks a million. Bye.